Hey there, I'm Josh Clark, and this is the BrainStuff, where I explain to you a little bit about diesel submarines. Now, I know you're out there walking around thinking everything's hunky-dory with our submarine fleet if you live in a country that has a navy, but did you know that there's a war going on between what type of submarine is better? Yeah, follow me with this. Diesel submarines are pretty prevalent all across the world, but here's the spit take. They need air to function. So how do diesel submarines work if they need air, but, as is the common characteristic of submarines everywhere, they need to stay underwater for prolonged periods of time? Here's the answer, and it's so obvious you're going to feel silly for not thinking of it. Batteries. That's right, diesel submarines are pretty much hybrid vehicles. When they run their diesel engines, the batteries are charged. The batteries power electric motors that run the propeller and all that kind of thing. Every once in a while, when the batteries get low, a diesel submarine has to surface so it can run its diesel engines, charge its batteries, and then slip back down. Either the submarine has to surface completely, or they run up a little snorkel called a snort. The problem is, if you are on a sub and you have to surface or come close enough to run your snort up, that means you are at a greater risk of being captured or sunk. Anyone who's ever played the game Battleship knows it's way easier when you can see where the submarine is, you know what I'm saying? So to solve this problem, people came up with the nuclear submarine. The nuclear-powered submarine doesn't rely on oxygen for combustion like a diesel engine does, which means it can stay submerged indefinitely, or at least until the submarine crew all loses their minds. The problem is with nuclear subs, even though they're way faster than diesel submarines, is that they're more expensive. You can buy something like 2 to 4 diesel subs for the price of 1 nuclear sub. And they're also louder. You have to keep running your engines in a nuclear sub. With a diesel sub, once the batteries are charged, you're just zipping along, sounding like a Prius, you know? And you can sit silently with all of your engines off on the sea floor and go pretty much unnoticed if you want. You can't do that in a nuclear sub. Plus, in a diesel submarine, the crew, they may have black lung from inhaling any of the fumes, but at least they're not going to have a healthy green glow like you will probably on a nuclear sub, you know what I'm saying? So which one's better, a nuclear sub or a diesel sub? They both have their pros and their cons, and really, isn't this the question that every human being is faced with at some point in their lifetime? If you like this video, there's tons more where this came from. Why don't you leave us a comment saying, hey, this is awesome, or what about this for a BrainStuff idea? We love that kind of stuff. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe. What can it hurt?